Thanks very much, guys, and good morning to you all out there. A few seconds before we hit the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to dive into the stories making headlines on this Thursday. And if you are heading out this morning, you're going to want to make sure you take some extra precautions, what with the slick streets and sidewalks. Freezing rain overnight is making for a treacherous commute this morning. City officials are actually warning motorists to drive slowly and give yourself some extra space between vehicles. Additionally, allow yourself for more time to reach your destination. As for conditions on area highways, they are very icy as well, with a number of crashes already reported this morning. Michelle will have more details on both the forecast and traffic situation coming up in a few minutes. Oh, plenty of tears at a somber ceremony to remember 3 U of A students. Close to 150 people gathering at the candlelight vigil Wednesday night. The 3 students died in a rollover on Highway 2 just south of the city on Monday morning. 21-year-old woman survived. She remains in hospital in serious but stable condition. According to the U of A website, the victims have been identified as Zhishuang Huang, Guanming Wang, and Shitang Zhuao.
I couldn't sleep last night, and our association has been connecting with each other, just trying to see what we can do for the families and for the girl who is in critical condition.
The vigil is extremely important to all of us in this community. When you have a gathering like this, you feel stronger, and we all need to continue on. So I'm so pleased that the Chinese Student Association organized this.
Family members arrived from China yesterday to help set up funeral arrangements. Now, the deadly crash is one of 2 that Leduc first responders have been called out to this week. A truck and taxi van colliding head-on Wednesday morning on Sparrow Drive in the Leduc Industrial Park. 2 men from Newfoundland and Labrador died in that crash, their names not being released. Leduc Fire were the first responders on scene, and with 2 accidents and 5 deaths this week, workers are now being offered critical incident and stress management counseling.
They did a diffusement this morning, which diffuses the incident, and then within 24 to 48 hours, for us it's tomorrow night, we will be having our debrief with our crews and make sure that, mentally they're good to go.
Meanwhile, the driver of that taxi was taken to hospital where he remains in critical condition. The pickup driver was not injured. A fundraiser has been set up to help the family of a man killed in a motorcycle race this past weekend. Troy Ritchie died Sunday after falling off his bike during the Num Bum Ice Race at Sandy Beach. The 51-year-old leaves behind a wife and 2 children. Pembina Dirt Riders Association has now set up a pair of online fundraisers in hopes of helping out the family.
A GoFundMe campaign through the PDRA, and we've also set up a trust account for Troy Ritchie through ATB Financial. So there's 2 ways that people can help donate to his family.
The group hopes to raise about $20,000. Well, it seems most Edmontonians don't want Rexall Place put on ice. Northland set to release survey results at 10 o'clock this morning. 26,000 people answering questions about the fate of the site. CEO Tim Reed hinted at the results a few weeks back. He said most of the respondents wanted the 40-year-old venue to stay open in some capacity. Reed set to speak at a press conference to discuss those results at noon. A full report on Rexall's future is due in April. A new app developed in Calgary is helping police to fight distracted driving. It's called One Tap, and it's an app that disables your phone and you're behind the wheel. Police are hoping to use the app in conjunction with enforcement. It uses your car's GPS to determine if you are in your vehicle. It then auto-replies to whoever's trying to reach you and lets them know that you are driving.
Canadians send 10 million text messages every hour, 285 million text messages a day, and in the first quarter of 2013, Canadians sent 24 billion texts. How could not some of them been by people behind a wheel?
Now, if you were to receive an urgent message or call while you're behind the wheel, the app alerts the driver to pull over to accept that message or call. Well, some more belt-tightening measures from the Alberta government. This time it affects international trade offices. Premier Jim Prentice announced that the province will close bureaus in Chicago, Munich, and Ottawa. Alberta will redirect resources from offices in Beijing and Hong Kong as well, in an effort to beef up its presence in southern China and India. The goal is to expand on existing markets and develop new ones.
It certainly reflects all the excellent work that's done by people on our behalf in Washington. The same can be said, I think of the network of offices that we have across the Asia-Pacific basin. After the United States, this is our next greatest international market opportunity. We need to be properly represented there.
6 people will be laid off as a result of this shift. The province expects to save about $3.1 million over the next 2 years. Alberta's ailing finances could mean a return of health premiums. Finance Minister Robin Campbell says it's one idea Albertans seem most receptive to as a solution to the looming budget woes. That fee was scrapped by then Premier Ed Stelmach 7 years ago. At the time, families paid more than $1,000 per year, while individuals coughed up just over $500. Well, today, the high-level bridge will shine red to celebrate Chinese New Year. The day marks an important Chinese festival. It signifies the turn of the Chinese calendar. Also dubbed the Lunar New Year, it's traditionally a time to honor both gods and ancestors. Here in our city, celebrations set to take place on Saturday, 102nd Avenue and 97th Street from noon until 3 o'clock.
The Chinese New Year celebration is like the Christmas celebration, but usually the Chinese celebration lasts for 15 days.
Fun says Saturday will have traditional Chinese celebrations like dragon dancing and fireworks.